Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Ruck Off. This episode is slightly different as we're joined by a legend that is Adam.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
I'll be the yes man. I'll cheer you.
No, I think the title of the Zoom it was like interviewing a legend.
Yeah, it's true.
Good,
honestly, you're the first guest on.
Yeah, when you said I'll be the first guest, that made my day. That did.
When
not even just one guest. It's like the first one.
When we have like Dan Carter in like 6 months' time on, you'll be like, yeah, I started it. He's the reason. Like,
yeah, I was first.
Yeah. So
I walked so he could run.
How's your?
I'm good.
How's your life? How's everyone doing? All right.
Boring. Yeah, family's good. I'm bored though. Same thing every day. Innit?
Just
at the gym though, so yeah. But once you get in a routine, it's not too bad. Sleep plan's the worst bit though.
You're lucky. You have a gym.
I'm back at uni now though.
Yeah. Do you have a gym at uni?
There is one at the accommodation, yeah, so I've been using that. It's a little bit better than mine as well, because of the dumbbells here, whereas there's still a bar at home. So
yeah.
A bit long, but
I'm literally just working with like bands and like these like 4 kilogram.
I couldn't do that.
Like, you like repping out to just get anything out of it, but Elliott, do you have any gym stuff? Or are you just
so I've got some like free planning weights, and I've got a bit of like a weights machine sort of thing. It just tides me over a bit, but yeah.
How fun is it?
It just gets repetitive when you've got the same things.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll start off with like just start us from the bottom. Like, how did you get into rugby? Like, did like your dad just drag you down, or?
I think so. I was 4 when I started down at Rushden and Hyam, which is literally like 200 metres from my house. I played there for, God knows, 6 years probably. Tag rugby, started a bit of contact, and then moved to Kettering. But yeah, I think Dad just took me down, and then just went from there. Played football alongside it, but
yeah,
it gets to that point where you have to pick one or the other, and it's rugby always.
Well, mine was different.
Probably because I got 2 left feet.
Yeah. I went to football first. So that's what all my people, and then I just basically got told, I think you'll be better off at rugby just because you just don't. I didn't really understand the rule. So I'll just go around like shoulder barging people just off the ball.
I'm like that when I play football.
Yeah, it just annoys me.
Just general in the middle.
So what happens? I can't remember. So when you're younger, was the positions, or do you just get thrown on? I can't remember how it worked.
Tag rugby, I don't think so. I think it's just get on there and play. And then under nines is first year you play contact, isn't it? I think that's when you start getting like you have your forwards, and then there's like a scrum half, and then the rest is like play where you want. But I don't know if that's changed now, because I swear everyone just plays everywhere. They even have scrums under nines anymore.
No, I don't think so. Elliott, do you know this?
Yeah.
You don't ref those, do you?
No, they don't. I think it's like under 13s it starts at scrums. Everything's like
change all the rules.
Sort of thing.
Obviously,
I'm pretty sure you can't even like win anymore either. There's like competitions, you just take part, you don't win or anything. They don't keep score and stuff.
Yeah,
I think that's wrong. That's wrong. It defeats the object of playing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't learn if you don't lose.
No, exactly.
But like, how many years like were you into playing rugby where you thought like I'm kind of all right, or as good as you think you are now? I guess.
Not that good then. Probably like, I don't know. When was Saints start? Like I did DPP, like development player program, I think it's called. I did that that must have been when 13s, 14s.
Yeah.
That's when it started getting a little bit not serious, but like you've always had dreams to like be big, but you just like this is where I want to start making more of an effort, I guess. And then when I got into sevens, that's when I started taking off a little bit, probably. Yeah.
So how did you get into sevens? Just tell us a bit about that.
Just playing. I think it was under 13s. I was at Kettering. We had our own tournament then. Kettering sevens. I think Sarsen sevens as well. We went in. Yeah, I just played them. Just loved it. That's how it was. Really.
You had a fairly good team at Kettering, didn't you? Like your age.
Oh, class team. Yeah, we came second in the national tournament, and we had I think at one point there was 9 or 10 of us in the academy, in the UR7 academy, the whole squad. But even if even the people that weren't in the academy could have been. We had good rotation. It wasn't just 7 players that you threw on.
Yeah.
But what was it like playing for the UR7?
It's good fun. You learn a lot. I mean, there's the coaches are ridiculous. Like Dan Norton, all the England coaches, the Welsh ones. It's ridiculous. Just get the experiences you learn from them, and then obviously I played with a few of the England boys. Well, one of the England boys, and then a few other high profile players at one tournament, and that was just so good to learn from them. And then the academy's you don't really focus on sevens until it's a 7 season, whereas with the academy you train throughout the year to keep your sevens ticking over, and it's obviously really good for your fitness and 15s as well. So.
In terms of
I just want to know, how does the UR7's academy even work? Just strip it back for someone who has no clue about it.
I'll say so I got into it. We played that tournament. We came second, the national tournament. I think it was their tournament, to be fair. There was 25 teams, I want to say, five groups. And obviously we played, and they just went around scouting people. It wasn't as big back then as it is now. But yeah, they were just scouting. I got picked up, and then you have a residential every year in the summer. And then nowadays they're everywhere. They go to all the tournaments. Roslin's a big one. They just pick out all the players they can find. And yeah, there's North Academy, South Academy, Southwest Academy now. There's a women's academy coming now as well. But no, so it's a big.
That's
big
good
thing.
for the sport, isn't it? Having a women's one, especially.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. There's loads of talent coming through as well. So some of the coaches, some of our coaches are women as well, like the England girls, like Meg Jones, Abby Burton. So it's just class to see them as well. Running it through.
How does the prep differ from 7s and 15s? Is it any different?
I wouldn't say it's different. It's same sort of skills, and you just focus on different areas and being a bit more expansive with your game. I guess you focus more on the individual skills, because in 15s, if you go, you might not make the initial big contact, but then you've got your teammate right next to you to help the tackle. When 7s, if you miss that tackle, that's it. It's a try score pretty much. So I guess it just isolates your individual skills. So you have to look at that.
The 7s is an interesting one, because so if we think about it, how would who would you describe? Because you're a 10, 15s.
Yeah.
Who would you describe your similar, your playing style similar to?
What, in 7s or 15s?
Just so if you say 15s, then you say who do you think you look similar to? Yeah.
Oh, in 15, who would I say I'm doing? I'd say I'm quite good with George Ford, to be fair. I like to take the ball to the line, put other people into space. I wouldn't say I attack the line, but I wouldn't say I scored on many tries. I wouldn't put other people into the gaps, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly.
7s, I don't know. Same sort of thing in 7s. I'm not the quickest. I haven't got the best step, but I can just pass pretty far.
Yeah.
So I just put other people into spaces.
I like that. So, Elliott, have you got the Gb7 squad ready?
Yeah.
I've got one here, I think.
Yeah, if we just look through that, and because obviously you're the 7s brain here, so you'll know a bit more about this. So if you just talk us through some key players in it. So
for the men, Phil Jones, Phil Burgess, Tom Emery, Tom Mitchell, Ollie Lindsay-Haigh, some of the England boys and some of the others. Any opinions on them?
It's a good squad. I mean, I'll go back to UR7s. I mean, I think at least 9 of them have coached at UR7s. I've coached with them, and they've coached me as well. So I've learned a lot from a lot of them. But I mean, you look at all of them and they're all good players. I don't think there's anyone they've missed, as far as I know, from looking at it. But yeah, they're up in Loughborough the other day training, so it's good they've got a squad actually to go, because it's sacked off for 7s funding, so it's good they can go.
So talk us through that, because obviously what happened, the England 7s, did it just disband?
Yeah, they just stopped funding it, I think. I'm not clued into what actually happened, but I think they just cut the funding basically. So now they set up, I think they set up a GoFundMe, and people have been donating, and they're just going to sort of fund themselves to go to the Olympics, basically.
I don't really get why they would do that, because the amount of sevens players like who have came over to the 15s.
Oh, there's so many. I mean, like Roy McConaughey, he's class. Will Muir's tearing off for Bath at the minute as well.
Exactly. Yeah, and I don't get why they want to do
loads.
that. Yeah, surely.
Yeah, well, loads of the Welsh boys as well. Like is it Luke Morgan? He was on the wing at one point for Wales. Like loads of the Irish boys as well. They've all played for. A few of them have played for the Irish Sevens as well. So it's like, I don't know why he'd cut it, because it's just building talent.
So I was seeing some of like the England boys like training from home. They were like in a field, like they're meant to be professionals, and it just makes no sense to me.
Nice. I mean, it probably is quite expensive to keep up. I mean, they're going like Dubai, LA, or whatever, all around the world. So it probably is fairly expensive to travel, but it's only 10 tournaments a year, so then it's not actually that much. But
yeah, I think it's worth it as well for like.
Yeah, definitely.
The players
like the I don't know if you've ever been to the Twickenham Sevens. Like, it's a class environment. Like, everyone's having a great time. But then they cut like loads of that. They used to have it full. Like they used to fill out Twickenham, but now they don't do the top tiers. It's only like, I don't know how many, but it's a lot less people, so the atmosphere is a little bit less. The fancy dresses are still there, but it's dropped off a little bit. So I don't know. I just need to put more money in, I guess. But obviously it's hard at the minute.
So I guess at the minute, you said, I think you mentioned like to me before a few days ago that you're coaching UR7s, are you?
Yeah, so I graduated from the academy it would have been my last year. Obviously I missed the end of it. And then they just asked if I wanted to stay on as a coach, like a academy coach basically. So yeah, I've done a couple of sessions with them. I've got some lined up in April. Yeah, it's good fun. Good social as well. I was messy.
Yeah, I bet. Like,
how do you find it?
Go on, Elliott, you go.
It's good. I love coaching. I mean, it's not even like I can't. It's weird because some of them I've played with, like some of the people I'm coaching I've played with, and then now I'm coaching them. It's like I'm not qualified to tell you anything because I've been playing the same amount of time as you. But no, it's good fun. It's good experiences, and I learn a lot from the England boys as well, and the Welsh boys and what as well, to just better myself.
Obviously, few nights out in rich parts of London with the sevens.
Oh, that was awful, man. not a good day. I was working the next day as well, so I had to get back from London tomorrow and then work all day. Oh, rough.
I bet. Oh, I bet that was so expensive though.
Oh, I didn't pay. They paid for us actually. I spent £10 on a taxi, and that was literally because I had to go back to my hotel to get changed to go back out again because I threw up all down myself.
And was that pre?
At least I went back out though. At least I went back out. So
is that pre?
No, it was literally we went pre what?
Is that like? Did you go out pre like the England Sevens got cut?
No. It was when was lockdown? It would have been August, I think, because it was end of summer. So obviously summer's quite big for sevens, so we had loads of once we could, we had loads of training days and stuff that we were coaching at. So it was like a end of summer like social sort of thing to wrap up the summer. So it would have been like late August, and the sevens had been sacked by then.
So you've obviously, like, if you wanted to, you could right now just like start name dropping so many people.
I could drop a few names, but I'm not going to. I've got a few funny videos, but I did spew on an England player, to be fair.
Nice.
I got a little bit on England
claim to
player.
fame.
So, yeah, that's my claim to fame.
Obviously, since that you've studied, you went to Loughborough College, didn't you? Yeah,
Loughborough College, where you coached me, didn't you?
Yeah, so I had the.
Wow, I'd hardly call it coaching.
Yeah.
Little timekeeper, weren't you?
Timekeeper, yeah. So it was when you would have been 16, turning 17, would you? Or
16, yeah, 16.
And then, but you weren't shy. Going into a new environment, you were quite a confident person.
I'd say I'm quite a confident person, and then, I mean, it was quite a new program, and there wasn't many second years, so like as a first year, we sort of had to stand up anyway, and obviously being fly off, a bit of a leader in the team as well, so I had to sort of stand up, I guess. Enjoyed it though, man. It was good fun.
And obviously you lived in the college accommodation for the first year, didn't you?
Yeah, so I had college accommodation first year, and then I was in a house second year. But yeah, living away at 16, so it was good. I loved it. So much freedom.
Do you not find it hard to balance that with because the college program was quite it was almost like a professional academy.
Yeah, you train near enough every day. There's a few gym sessions around, and obviously you got your school, college work as well. But it's hard to balance. But then you have a lot of time because you live in that college as well, so you don't have to worry about traveling places and things like that. But I guess it's balancing that partying as well, and obviously the training and trying to. Because when you're living with all your mates and stuff, it's so easy to just spend like an hour just sat there talking about rubbish for
exactly
your day. So,
well, obviously, if your dad's listening to this, we'll say partying when he turned 18.
Yeah, obviously, when I turned 18, which was second year, first year I was a good boy. Dad, don't worry about it. He's probably watching. To be fair, he's a little rugby knows.
But you were always on time to training. You were. As soon as training started, you were always switched on, trying to get the boys.
I wouldn't say I was switched on, but I was there. I was there most of the time. Apart from the 7:30 ones, I might have missed a few.
Yeah,
a bit too early for me.
Especially a few too many
especially when it starts snowing as well. That's when you don't want to be out there.
Because I went through the same thing as Adam. So it'd be about 5 years ago I started, and obviously we had the second years. Then we had a couple of third years, but they were massive, but a lot bigger than the ones Adam had with him. And I'm an August baby, so I was only 16, and I was just in this environment with 18, 19-year-olds, and obviously it's quite intimidating, but it makes you grow, and I think that's the reason what made me a better player.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not at college, but at a club, I played Colts at the age of I was 15, 16, and playing with that. I think that's when I started to really become a better player, because just surrounding yourself with better people, better players, even older players, and I don't crumble under pressure, but not having when you play against people, they know you're actually a fairly decent player, so they try to shut you down. Whereas when you're playing under 18s who've never even heard of you, and you're just this little kid wearing a blue scrum out, they're like, oh, he's not going to do anything. So there's less pressure on you to perform.
Yeah. Elliott, so me and Adam, so the first time we ever played together was we had to go and play Loughborough Lightning women. And
this is funny.
They had a game, and I've never played prop before. And the coach at the time.
You need to give them the backstory. So apparently, they were preparing for a semi-final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And they were meant to play Tigers instead, Tigers first team instead of us. Yeah. And then Tigers pulled out, and apparently we're the next best replacement over the rest of college. So we've then turned up, and Steve's turned up expecting to coach, and Dave's gone, yeah, Steve, you're in, mate. In the front row as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, I got folded for a couple of hours. We had to do live scrums against Canadian international props, Welsh international. I just got folded, and then there was this move, and when I was coaching, you obviously noticed it. And then I got the ball. I decided to hook out the back to Adam, and I just see Adam get nailed by one.
I got absolutely creamed by one of the girls. It wasn't even contact though, but she absolutely hammered me.
Yeah.
Literally, I just remember shouting Sexton, getting the ball, and that was it. Game over.
So I'll take credit.
We held our own, I reckon.
What's up?
Yeah. No, they're a good side, but we held our own, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially, yeah. And then, obviously, what did you study at college?
I did A-levels, maths, physics, and business, and at EPQ. But,
yeah. And then, obviously, you've now in your first year of uni, which is explain how your student life's been this year, with obviously not having a freshers and not having anything in your first year.
Pretty poor, to be honest. I mean, I live on my own. I'm not even in accommodation. I've got my own little flat because I was so late. So obviously all the grades came out, and they were all done on a algorithm or whatever it was, and they absolutely messed mine up, proper ruined it. So I didn't get into uni to start with. So obviously I missed all the accommodation and stuff. And then by the time they sorted it all out, there was nothing left. So I'm off campus, started living in my own little flat, which is fine. It's good. It's clean. I enjoy it, but there's no social or anything like that. And obviously, when you're not allowed to mix with other people, I can't really have flat parties on my own. So, but no, it's been not too bad. We've had a bit of rugby. I managed one or two rugby socials, dressed as a schoolgirl, so that was pretty fun. Yeah.
Do you know which?
No, it's been alright. So I was training with Group 2, which is the one just below the Super League. So it's not too bad. Obviously, no games, but then you're going to lose a lot of the first team through like moving on or whatever. So might be some opportunities to move up next year. Hopefully, we'll see.
That'd be decent. But so I had a question written down, like how student life and balancing like you playing, social, and your work. But obviously, it's really hard to answer at the minute because obviously in lockdown there's not really much of a balance.
Yeah, but no, I should still say about college. Like, I mean, I'd say as long as you get your work done, like I'll try to get my work done early, just get it out of the way, and then you can go do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I same with gym. Like I have to gym in the morning, get it out of the way, and then I'm fine for the day. So I know that I've done what I need to do, and I can just relax and do whatever else I want to do. So I guess just get it out of the way, and then you know what you can do whatever you want then.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's important. To be fair, it's easy enough to say like you're going to get your work done early, but then it comes to it, and you're like, you try to, and you end up leaving.
I'm really bad. Yeah, I'm really bad at being like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes, you're like, no, I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm quite bad for that, but I've tried to change that.
Yeah. With just rugby, what are you like? Future aspirations? Because obviously, luckily for us, we've kind of done like a full circle. So we've both just signed for Burton. Yeah. So obviously, we're going to be hopefully playing with each other. Obviously, it depends on like team and stuff, but obviously, just training with each other, it's quite nice. I think it's brought us close because obviously we had a coach. We had a decent like coach-athlete relationship, but I think now it's more on like a player-player. So
nice. It's going to be good.
Excited about Burton?
Definitely. We've had a few train sessions that we did pre-season and that, but obviously not played yet. No, I'm looking forward to it. First sort of bit of men's rugby, I guess. So good to get out there.
Seem like a decent group of lads as well, don't they? So
yeah, good bunch. Definitely.
And who knows? We might have
Elliott players as well.
Might have Elliott Reffners. Who knows?
If we're lucky.
Elliott, have you got any questions about 7s or 15s before I move on to the next little round?
No, I guess I know we've touched on it slightly, but what would a typical lockdown day look for Adam in terms of like training, nutrition, and work?
Typical day. So I'd probably, if I'm in a good routine, I'll probably wake up about 8, half 8. I try to train early, so depending on what day I'm doing. If I'm doing, I work on a push-pull legs, like day, and I'll do a 5K most days. So I'll probably run my 5K, go in the gym, do one of the sessions, and then have some food. I'm trying to cut at the minute, get rid of a bit of fat, and me and Steve on a little nutrition plan. So not eating too many calories, but high in protein. I guess sort of 3 meals a day, and then just get my uni work out of the way. It depends what lectures I have. If I have any live ones or whether they're all recorded, and then just get them done. Then I'll probably just sit, watch TV, maybe a bit of Netflix.
Few Stellas.
Few wife beaters. Nah. I didn't drink for about 2 months, and then I had one last week. But yeah, it's not too
bad. Same as me. I don't think I've drank since like the start of January.
No, because we've been on that nutrition thing, so I was just like, I don't want to, and then I had a few last week when I came back to uni. So
I feel like he's just gonna have a go at me if I do so. I'll have to get him on this, to be fair. Talk about some nutrition stuff.
Yeah, definitely. He'd be a good guest, to be fair.
Yeah, he's got some decent.
No, he was telling me to have some cheat meals and stuff. He's like, just every now and then, just do it. But,
yeah. So happy to move on to the next round. Yep. Yeah. So we're going to start a new thing. So I'm going to do some like quick fire questions.
Do you want to do alternately or alternate? So you do one, I do one.
Yeah, that works, Elliott. Yeah. So I'll start. Sevens or 15s, and why?
Sevens. I just love playing. I just find it so fun. Like just throwing long passes, seeing people break ankles, running past people. It's just good to watch to me.
Best coach you've worked with and why?
Best coach? That's a good question. Definitely not you, Steve. Definitely not you. There's too many. I would say all the boys at your sevens, maybe, but then the most influential coach I'd say is probably my school coach when I was in year 9. I think he was also the deputy head at the time, but he sort of just let me play and sort of inspired me to play a bit more. I guess started kicking off. Yeah.
Best player you've played with?
Played with. I'm gonna hurt some people's feelings here. No. Probably Fergus Geary. I mean, he's played for England Sevens, so it'd be hard not to pick him. Yeah. Played with him in 2 years ago down in Cornwall, Little Sevens tournament. Good
fun. Go-to karaoke song?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Lewis Capaldi. Someone you love. That's a big one for me. I mean, I'm going Boardmasters as well. I'm hoping to go Boardmasters, and if he's there, I could cry. To be fair, but yeah.
Favorite alcoholic drink?
Oh, too many. I've been drinking Magnums recently, the little tonic wine. But no, I'm a big fan of a Jaeger-bomb. Big fan of a Jaeger-bomb.
Buy them all.
Yeah.
Two for
yeah. 2 for yeah. It was 4 for £10 in Crafty Fox down in Loughborough, so it's not too bad.
Favorite moment on a rugby pitch?
Favorite moment on a rugby pitch? Oh, that's a good question. Probably playing for Midlands. Just like a proud moment, I guess. Just set up a couple of tries as well, so I played quite well. Yeah, probably Midlands.
Yep. Most embarrassing moment on a rugby pitch?
I've had a few.
Where you've lost your head?
Most embarrassing. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're embarrassing. I've lost my head big time. I'm quite a hot head, but I'd say most embarrassing. Last year we had I think it was the NatWest, I don't know, round of 16 maybe, on the Loughborough Uni pitch at night. There was a lot of people there. We didn't play that well, but we scored in the last play, and we could have won it with a kick, and it wasn't that hard a kick. Obviously, I was taking it and scuffed it up. That was quite embarrassing for me. So we lost the game, but also I scored a try against Henley College in my first year of college, and I ran half the pitch with my shorts down my ankles because they fell down. I didn't want to pull them up to slow them down. So I had my arse out for half the pitch. So that was a bit embarrassing.
You do have quite a like for your kick-up routine. It's quite. Do you keep it consistent?
No, it's poor. It is consistent now. I've worked on it quite a bit, but it used to be just. I mean, some of the kicks in my highlights they're all different, but they're all from the same game. Like it's just bad. And I played it for Leicestershire, and I got charged down. I think I got charged down twice in one game, and I've never been charged down before. And then I got charged down twice in one game, so I just had to switch it all up. But no, it's better now.
Yep. And then, if you were in charge of rugby for a day, like what rule would you introduce? So it could be anything.
What rule? I don't know. Get rid of scrums. I hate a scrum. Scrums are too long. No, maybe I'd love a little American football throw. You're allowed one player offside, and you just got some guy just Hail Marying it down the field. I'm a big fan of American football. So I reckon I'd throw that one in there.
I was thinking, but instead you're allowed to just have like an extra person on the pitch who's just allowed to go around like nailing people off the ball.
That'd be quite fun to be fair. Imagine that's your job, just going around absolutely creaming someone.
Yeah, you've got a high kick. High kick as a 10, and then you just have someone just nail the ball.
that would be good to be fair. Or, just someone roaming at the back, like that you could kick to, or just throw a long one to. I think that'd be quite funny.
Yeah. So just to finish off a bit of it, you're bringing out a new podcast with Henry, who's very good rugby player. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about a bit about that?
Anymore. I'll give you a little plug. No filter podcast. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure when it'll go out. Probably a week or two after this, maybe. But yeah, just chatting about everything and anything really. It'll be good fun.
Yeah, well,
definitely a lot of waffle.
When we upload it, we'll leave your socials in description and we'll put them on the Instagram and stuff. And then
I need some more views on my highlight reel, so I'll do.
Exactly. Well, yeah, we'll link your highlights as well in case Eddie Jones is watching. Anyone's watching.
Yeah, he probably is. I think he is. Told me last week he's gonna. Yeah. Told me last week he was tuning in. But, yeah.
Elliott, anything from you?
Yeah. Oh no, nothing from me. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just daydreaming.
I was going to say something. You'll probably put Adam in at 8 rather than Sam Simmons, but that's another topic.
That's true.
I've got more chance of playing. To be fair, I've played 8 once before. We at school we were a man down, and we needed to fill the scrum. So obviously, I was the biggest guy to step in, get involved.
Biggest ego.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Definitely the biggest ego. Yeah, I'd agree with that one. But yeah,
so
get told that quite a bit.
First guest on here, such an honour. Well, I hope
it is a big honour. Yeah,
when we hit a few million views soon, every episode, taking over biggest rugby podcast ever. You'll be like, I'm the reason. The looks we'll get.
I walked so they could run.
Yeah, that's the motto from the interview.
That's what it is. Exactly. Then I'll come back on when you're big and famous, and we'll have another waffle session.
When we're both big and famous.
Yeah, both coming out of Burton. We brought them when we carried them to the Premiership.
Yeah, I'm sure they won't be when we tell them that.
Yeah, no. When we've helped carry them to the Premiership, then I say that one.
Yeah, I think Twitter will be happy with that instead of saying, Elliott.
Unacceptable.
You want to finish us off?
Yeah, so thanks, Alan, for joining us on our first guest.
Thanks for having me.
And make sure you tune in for next week when we'll have a new guest.